Hi everyone, welcome to Butterfly Moments. I'm Jennifer Catamore, and today I have to just tell you about something that happened to me yesterday. I had to stop at Dollar General to get something for my father-in-law and his beautiful other half, Eva. And if you know the Dollar General in Sarver, when you come out, there is no light there. So when you come out, there are 2 lanes of traffic, and it's pretty heavily traveled, and it's really hard to get out of there. And so I wasn't thinking, but as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it would be really nice if there was another way I could go around or get out of here. I guess I'll just have to wait. So I'm just sitting there and I'm waiting, and cars kept going past, nobody letting me out. And finally, this gentleman in a white truck slowed down enough and waved me through. And I, of course, thanked him profusely, and then proceeded on to Giant Eagle. And I know this all sounds so riveting to you. However, there is a point to this. So as I'm driving away, I'm praying for this man. And what he did actually had an impact on me much deeper than what I'm sure he could have ever imagined. And I want to read to you what my journal entry was this morning. Okay, so bear with me, please. All right. All right, so traffic was heavy, somewhat slow because of the school zone. I sat there. All right, so I proceeded out. I thanked him and I drove away. I prayed for him as I drove away, asking God to bless him, thanking God, and just praising him for sending that man at the time. I also prayed that that man would have everything that he needed, and also that if he had not accepted Jesus, that he would. And then the thought occurred to me as I prayed, Lord, thank you that that man cared enough about me, that he thought enough of me as a human being to help me. I burst into tears at the thought. It was such a small gesture, but the underlying care and concern for someone just needing to get out of a parking lot touched me so deeply. It was as if God opened this vault in my heart that saw the gesture as so much more. I'm just a basic stranger to this man, right? And then it came to my mind how Jesus feels about us, what he did for us, how God sent him, and he came willingly this Christmas season for us. He cared enough for us, thought enough of us, for us, broken, sinful human beings. He came for us, for humanity. Oh, the depth of his love for us. And this morning, as I kept thinking about it, the verse from Matthew 25, verses 34 through 40 came to my mind. Then the king will say to those on his right, come you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. And then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? And the king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers or sisters of mine, you did for me. This man, I'm sure, I'm going to continue reading it because I won't get through it. This man, I'm sure, didn't think for a minute that what he did for me would invoke such gratitude, depth, and joy. I don't imagine he ever thought that the woman he just let out of a Dollar General parking lot would ask the creator of the universe to bless him richly, and then would have an experience so intimate with God that she would journal about it. He just saw a need. And by the kingdom standards, he did something for Jesus yesterday. Does he even know? Lord, I ask again that you bless that man and his loved ones, and I thank you for him. And we can take from that. We can take from that and just do small things. We just don't know what kind of impact it's going to have, or how somebody is going to connect that small gesture with this big God who provides all we need. And I do. I wish I knew who that man was, because I'd send him a Christmas card and just tell him that, he just met a need for me yesterday. And I know it's not a big need. I'm not starving. I'm not homeless. I get it. But this is what Jesus does for us. All of our little needs, whatever they might be, he provides for us. And so my prayer for you is that you will see God in all the really small things, because he's there. People, he is there. In the smallest mundane things, he's there. And I'm so grateful for that. And you know what I'm even more grateful for? Is that he gives me the eyes to see that. That he gives me this heart that just wells up with gratitude. Because, I could have just gone on with the rest of my day and not thought anything of it. And thought I could have been, entitlist, right? And thought, oh, well, I deserve that, I mean, how dare somebody not let me out? But I didn't. Because Jesus is so awesome. And he just gives me all of that. I want to contrast. As I was journaling, I started to think about the contrast to that. And here's what else I wrote. Conversely, the kid who flipped me off while I was with Ben in the Walmart parking lot, you broke my heart. I was just trying to understand what you wanted, and I moved out of your way for your benefit. To do that to a woman with her son in the vehicle, it was hurtful and it angered me. But know this, I prayed for you too. You need it. You obviously have rage and impatience, and you had no self-control that day, and so I prayed for you. And I prayed for the girl that you were with too, that you both would experience salvation. And then whatever you were struggling with that day, I prayed over your situation. I pray that this Christmas you accept God's free gift of salvation in Jesus Christ, because he can save you and he can heal you and he can lead you on the path that he has laid out for you. I pray that. May it be, God. Draw them closer to you. And so this Christmas time, please just go out and do kind things. And you know what? Forever do kind things. Especially do something, the kindest thing you can do for yourself, accept Jesus as your Savior. Get to know him, invite him in, learn about him, read the scriptures and get to know him. And I just pray that you are blessed and you take the next step in your faith, whatever that might be today. You know what it is. You've heard God whispering to you. Take that step. I pray for strength for you. Have a very merry and Christ-filled Christmas, all of you. I love you all deeply. Bye-bye.